What do Santa Claus, the situation, and a female pleasure device all have in common? Wouldn't you like to know? A recent poll found that QTV is the second most credible news source on campus. Watch out, guy who yells at seagulls at the pier. Your reign of terror at #1 is in jeopardy. Welcome to my first week free of upper lip hairness, and welcome to Queen's TV. Welcome to the show, everyone. Yes, I know what you're all thinking. Where has my man fur gone? Well, Queens, as a public figure, I have a great responsibility of reporting on the issues that matter. And to be honest, I don't think I looked very credible, seeing as how I looked like a post-pubescent Nick Jonas. Disney, please stop mailing me complimentary purity rings. Speaking of public figures, we now turn to week 2 of our ongoing coverage of Day Watch. The now infamous Nick Day Remembrance Day speech was censured by AMS Assembly on November 11th. This week, students, faculty, and alumni began to weigh in on the topic, and the debate got quite heated on both sides. Yet, Mr. Day is not the only one under fire. Craig Dreger, the man responsible for bringing the motion in front of Assembly, has faced his share of criticism. An unidentified source graffitied 7 Craig Dreger on the outside of Dunning Hall. Queens, as I have long feared, the number 7 is the new F. But worse than this initial defilement of campus were the lesser copycat attempts, including 7 Up Craig Dreger, Go Fish Craig Dreger, and finally, Craig, I don't agree with your views and insist on a rational discussion in which we exchange arguments in a safe form of a substantive nature. And please add me on Facebook and we can meet up at Coffee Eco next week to discuss. Yours truly, George 7. Looks like they really missed the point with that last one. Now, Queens, the controversy surrounding Nick Day has led students to ask one simple question. What the hell is a rector? We were not doing the dramatic angle switch? I definitely just looked that way. I specifically asked for a camera to be placed there, specifically so I could, emphasize my point, Well, it just seems unprofessional not to tell me we don't have another camera. Seems like you could have, told me when I asked for the second camera to be set up about an hour ago. I mean, this is Bush League. This is 7 Bush League. But seriously, what the hell is it? I didn't know either. So I asked our research team to put the time in for me. First, there was a general agreement that the rector had something to do with the university. We were 63% willing to bet on that possibility. Further research on Wikipedia and dictionary.com led to further leads. The word apparently comes from the Latin regere, meaning ruler, and the Latin rector, meaning teacher. How can it also be the former when it's literally the same word as the latter? I don't know, because I don't speak Latin. It's also related to the word rectrix, which sounds really cool, and is defined as helmsman and a specific feather of a bird's tail. And just to make it more confusing, the word also means academic, religious, or political administrator. Okay, so here's what we think this means. Nick Day is some sort of mythical creature, one from Latin folklore none of us have ever encountered before, who sings lesson plans from his majestic beak. As the active Queen's president, principal, and priest, he flies during the day and appears by night to teach integers and geometry to young students. The children run from him due to his frightening feathered garb and bright colors, so none of them learn the basic fundamental cornerstones needed to advanced algebra. His sadness at this causes him to cry, and the tears of his phoenix make their own songs, possibly songs literally by the band Phoenix. But his appearance in the daytime signals the coming apocalypse. A dark day when all definite values and integers literally lose their value. It's very scary. A day where math is in flux and no longer rigid. Architecture will fall. The financial system will run amok. And the only way to stop it is to follow the instructions on the back of the Declaration of Independence. I knew it. I knew it. I have it from a well-known long-haired source that said document contains the secret chant that will help lull the rector to sleep for 1,000 years. How has no one realized this before? I mean, because the chant is written in code and only visible by blacklight, according to my other long-haired source. By combining these with the mystical schools of Razgul, one creates a lullaby the rector cannot resist and will cause him to retreat to his perch until the next time he is called. Or rector is a weird name for an elected student delegate to speak on their behalf in relation to important issues. It's about 50-50 on this one. We'll be right back.